trồng hồng nó cô hải nó cô hải cho biết cho mong cũng đây con nó mà cô hải cho cô giờ ít tuần này lọ cô mà cô chỉ cho cái trẻ cô chỉ cho tên này tên gì cho cái cho chạy thì con nó mà thói ra gì cho biết cho mong sẽ đợi nên sẽ đợi tàu follow con nó thế tàu cực con nó thế biết tao kịp đi nhớ cho họ luôn về sẽ nòng họ nói biết tao kịp đi dùng phải cô do hải ta cô mà cô chỉ dùng này cô tụt tới câu nào mà cô chỉ dùng cô chỉ dùng cái nữa tới khi mà cô chỉ cái nào thì cô do hải ta đi tao kịp chỉ cái này cái không một cái gì
mà chị cô do lo hãy ra lù khi tệ nhà khi cho
thì con nó mà hay nó đâu cú sĩ cái bên mong như mà cho cái sĩ cái vừa tàu thọ cho tên nó để chỉ cho cọp bỏ bên cho cái bên nó không cho cái nhiều cái thì sĩ cái nó hậu lu với sẽ nó hậu nó cú vừa hay lu học bảo bây giờ mong ý tử sĩ là một bố thảo luôn rồi chỉ tế trời là một bóng tỏ hậu luôn kia tế hồng nó ôi chả bế họ sĩ khai bế sĩ khai mong đồng đấu giả mò bởi sinh ba tổ bế cho mong đấu tràn đầu giả nữa bế cho mong sĩ khai ra hồng nó mà bế tuột ở trong tế nó rồi bế cụ tuột một hồng màu thì bế cụ sĩ chơi ra rồi bế sĩ cái mà cái ba tổ cho bế ở nên dòng trong đó cái ơn nâng bế ơn nâng nhau hậu lúc tu khứ nó thấu lò biển tu lò mà bế nhau chủ cho cái cho bế thiết tàu kế lò cho hậu lúc tu khứ nó đôi dùng phòng hay thế cả bế lò sĩ cái hậu nhau hậu lúc tu khứ nó cả sĩ mong cái á chi thế nên nó bế thiết sĩ cái thì bây giờ tàu thọ rồi tên nó tên chỉ có bỏ bế ta chạy sĩ cái thế bỏ bế ta chạy dùng cái thế bỏ bế ta chạy là một lúc bây giờ mong chờ bây giờ mong cho xìa nữa con nó mà qua này mà thì
con này
nhớ trong cái đời cũng bên hoa đấu cũng mà linh sai được đó chính ni cháu nếu chỉ là ni cô liên hệ chơi chơi trong tàu thì ni cô hay chơi tàu supervisor Chavez and I believe Saba. Okay. So I'm going to be interpreting the gentleman. Ni cô nhà nó.
Cô tự câu nào. Tự câu mong xong
Dong, and he wanted to just mention that he does not raise chicken, but he uses it frequently. And for my elders, they like to tell stories. So he talks about how the dawn of time of Hmong people, chicken, we use it frequently. However, ever since we came to the United States, because of Western medicines, we have used it less. And he just pleading, saying that please let us continue to continue our way of life of using chicken, because it's very important in almost every celebration, every ceremonial event, or every rituals we have, we use a rooster.
Thì the cái bế sĩ cái nào mà bế sĩ bộ nó giả này nữa cho nó cho một chân trong được bế sĩ nâng là cho bế cho mong bế sĩ cái bế cho mong sĩ cái nào mà sĩ cho khỏi tiệt cho bế uốn nâng nho ít tuổi nhỉ thì vô sĩ vô uốn nâng bị uốn nâng là nhưng vô chủ sĩ cái cho là lử cái đầu ít khu nhỉ thì là uốn nâng do nên nó bây giờ uốn nâng nhau rồi luôn đủ khứ hồng nó do nên nó óc họ nó giờ óc họ sầu hay tiền do nên nó nung nó bây giờ tôi mù cho nung nó bây giờ sợ cái giờ tất cả mù do nên nó America tới mùa giờ một chỗ America tụ si hư giờ từ kế chỗ tụ America giờ tất cả mù chưa có tận dụng thì bây giờ nó bây giờ tụ si tụ cái nó cái cho bây giờ kế còn một trong một trong cái tụ hoa cảnh tụ cho đặc biệt cho bên này bên gì còn nó giờ khó hay on lò mà liệu on lò pi lò nâng nhau lúc không nó nữa
And then he went on to persist talking about marriage. When a couple gets married, a rooster is required to be used for the ceremony to bless the couples. As well as during a funeral, a rooster is used to lead the individuals back home, the spirits back home to the ancestors.
Trên đời nó họ hay cho họ để biết cho mong sĩ tụ cái là chờ biết cho mong biết nhau biết 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 chờ biết chiều nhau họ và họ mong tụ là cái nào biết mỗi cho là ô cứ công đời nền mong đời nền ra ta trồng này màu họ nó giờ họ biết sĩ tụ cái biết để biết vô chủ vô cái chứ vô chủ thoát ra chạy nữa tên nọ tên chữ cả bỏ nó lòng một phút biết vô cái chứ
即係估砌咯咯，嗰隻估自己個腦咧嗰隻細隻估錯做撚咗樣嗱個解決需要做戰鬥呢。So in the last piece of this is healing rituals. Is a rooster is needed for the healing rituals of every aspect.
All right, I think it was you, then you. I'm gonna say a minute each, if that's okay. Try, absolutely try.
Supervisor Chavez. My name is Lessa Cobbs. I am the neighbor to this community. I'm going to speak as the neighbor, and I'm going to speak as the one who has a solution, and I'm going to say it very plainly. Last night I let Joshua know that I would be coming on Monday when I meet with Nathan Magsick with a solution. Tonight, the overall framework of that is, the solution is the example that this Hmong community is providing for us right now. The solution is found in harnessing the momentum and creating a public organization that can attend to this community. Last night I heard the suggestion of a waiver. What better way to identify the various breeds and reasons for raising chickens than allowing us to self-regulate through a collaboration of the community, the organizations like the ABA, the APA, Nate's Chicks, our local feed stores, our local religious communities. What better way to have everyone's voice heard than to rely on the expertise that lies within our community already. I sit at the intersection of these. I am a breeder, I am a mother, my son raises poultry, I am the neighbor to the community, and I kind of adore policy. The solution is found in the outreach to the community to work on noise complaints. Allow us to do so. The broad brush that's been painted really is just placing the hand on all of our faces. Yes, we know there are noise complaints. Allow a community organization to PR, to reach out to the public. Do we have islands inside of the city district or anywhere else that may have noise complaints? Yes, we probably do. Let us work on mitigating these things. Give us the time to form the organization. Give us the time to network together. What we know right now is that each one of these communities around us, including the Hmong community, is rallying. You know they're coming on Tuesday. I'll be the first one in the door on Tuesday. I have a badge. I arrived to work at 7:30 in the morning, and my PTO is already in. So the solution is in the education, right? Right now, we need our board to act in good faith. Thank you for acknowledging that this was not what it could have been, right? And now we are off on the wrong foot. In good faith, I would ask that you go back to the supervisors, that you let them know that there are community members who sit at intersections and who are willing to step forward and say that we can do this, place this in our hands, allow this expertise. Free yourselves of this ordinance completely and entirely to allow, we need to stop the segregation of the neighborhoods, right? This ordinance, I don't know if you saw this, but the entire backside of this frequently asked questions is nothing but a way for neighbors to complain on each other. It's nothing for a way, all it is divisive. And I look around this room and I see this community, and all they are is the example on how we can come together. And we need to take heed of that. This is the direction that we should be taking. It is the solution that our board and our community can get back on the same foot, and we can move forward. You can focus on the cockfighting, but it does not have to step on the necks of everyone in the community to do so. I am asking that Nathan will support this. I am asking for him to remove his vote even from his own ordinance. I look forward to having a conversation with him. As an FFA mom, there's a lot of other things that destroy the entire fabric of the community.
Với mũi kho là cho cay 结果要都得着，过路好 feeling 太不好，我去找学到了跳。I salute and Chad, Chad, yes. How are you doing, sir?
Good, sir.
How are you doing? Okay. Everybody has expressed their feelings and expressed their angers and expressed their disagreements. So basically, it's for spiritual use and, family use for all occasions. How Hmong people are. We do that. Okay. I disagree, and I don't want the ordinance to pass. The reason why I said that is because it's very, very important, because I run, like last night, I didn't think you guys come there. We were at the restaurants. Like I stressed out myself, I said, because I run a chicken farms, okay? So I basically cover most of what they said here. They everybody expressed themselves to you that they only use 5, 10, 20 chicken, okay? But I will tell you what the usage is really, because I have customers used for religious and cultures, come from not just Fresno. They all come from all the way from San Diego, all the way to almost to the Oregon border. Wairika, where all that place is, Eureka's, and they have to, because there is no chicken for them to use for their cultures or the time they need it, and they have to drive that far just to get here. And that's like, I don't know if you want to drive 5, 6 hours just to get a chicken, okay? And that's how important it is. So, by stressing that, the use of the chickens, okay, we use for a woman too when they have baby, okay? After labors, they go through a 30-day health treatments to prevent, we believe, that will heal and prevent that from the older age from getting chronic pain, okay? And they use 30 chicken, okay? 30 chicken. You know how many people we here in Fresno County? I'm just talking about 10,000. Do I have 60,000 birds for them, just for the lady labor? Now you go in with, weddings, party, family from out of town. Where is all that chicken gonna come from? 'Cause that's why I don't want the ordinance to pass. I want this to drop, and I want everybody to go home and be safe and happy, and don't worry about not having chicken for tomorrow. And also on top of that, the older I work at the farm, I've been running that place for 6 years. So I see a lot that the older generations, they don't eat chicken from the store, okay? And they eat chicken, the chickens that we have there for their use. Now you got, that's like everyday use. Okay, that's a supper on top. You know how many chickens that is? 20,000 people? I don't have that. I mean, if you want fossil farm chicken, yes, I do have for you. But they don't eat fossil farm chicken. Okay? All right? And I want you guys to understand that. Pass it on to, it's because of, well, we got you say no, but we still have 4 other people, so we want to win their heart too, okay? So we want all 5 to say no. Okay, thank you.
Hi, this is on? Okay. Yeah, my name is Saul. I'm with Los Tres Hermanos Ranch. We're a feed store here in the area. I just want to say that the Hmong community is one of my biggest customers here. I see them coming in every single week, spending their hard-earned money on taking care of their chickens, feeding their chickens, the roosters. And it's because they really care about this animal. This rooster is really important to them. I think that passing this ordinance is not gonna, it's really gonna affect what their practices, their culture. They use a lot of chicken. And as a store owner, as a feed store owner, I can see that this is super important to them. My work recruit is here with me. We talk about, you know, his culture all the time and why this is important to him. Like I said, I don't think it's right that they should have, like, that there's an ordinance limiting the roosters that someone can have. Like I said, these roosters are used, sometimes planned, sometimes they need them, and they need to have the right to, we all need to have the right to be able to practice and be able to have the access to those roosters for our traditions, for our culture. I just think this ordinance will really limit that, and I don't think that's right. Thank you.
Back to the office because it's 4 o'clock and I need him to start working on this specifically. So if we could just give him a round of applause so he can. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Supervisor Chavez. Thank you, Mr. Powell, the other Powell, and everybody for coming and voicing your concerns. I apologize.
Back to the office because it's 4 o'clock and I need him to start working on this specifically. So if we could just give him a round of applause so he can. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Supervisor Chavez. Thank you, Mr. Powell, the other Powell, and everybody for coming and voicing your concerns. I apologize. I got to get back, like you said, work on a few things, and then got to take my boys to soccer after that. So, but again, thank you for being here. We will connect on this, and thank you for being here and listening. Thank you.
Đó, là nó cũng bề hùa máy trò nó nè. Nó sẽ có giấy tôi nhiệt chế á. Mà cô lo để cô nè. Thế cô chỉ là dân mua cây là hụt linh trong cái chuyện này. Thì họ hay có ý tu. Có nè nó giờ mua mình vừa là trẻ tao mua cây mua đỡ là kho tụi con nè đỡ còn lo dùng nhỏ còn thiết chỉ tàu hạt để dùng chỉ tàu mình nhỏ ấy trong hai thế đó thiết cũng nè thiết cũng chỉ là thầu dùng tàu tụi mình nhỏ là chỉ mua cái ít tụi lo cái thiết.
Back to the office because it's 4 o'clock and I need him to start working on this specifically. So if we could just give him a round of applause so he can. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Supervisor Chavez. Thank you, Mr. Powell, the other Powell, and everybody for coming and voicing your concerns. I apologize. I got to get back, like you said, work on a few things, and then got to take my boys to soccer after that. So, but again, thank you for being here. We will connect on this, and thank you for being here and listening. Thank you.
Đó, là nó cũng bề hùa máy trò nó nè. Nó sẽ có giấy tôi nhiệt chế á. Mà cô lo để cô nè. Thế cô chỉ là dân mua cây là hụt linh trong cái chuyện này. Thì họ hay có ý tu. Có nè nó giờ mua mình vừa là trẻ tao mua cây mua đỡ là kho tụi con nè đỡ còn lo dùng nhỏ còn thiết chỉ tàu hạt để dùng chỉ tàu mình nhỏ ấy trong hai thế đó thiết cũng nè thiết cũng chỉ là thầu dùng tàu tụi mình nhỏ là chỉ mua cái ít tụi lo cái thiết giờ họ cho mua nắng kể là chỉ mua khô cái cho là chỉ cho nắng kia ít khô cho là tụi mình nhỏ plei kia ít tụi lo cái qua cầu nó còn cho là bao tụi đá po thế nào thiết của nè thiết của chỉ là thiết là nó của sĩ mà ít chồng từ mà do để mấy tụi mình nhỏ thì của trẻ ở tàu thiết ít cái cho là.
Yes, my name is Michael and I am retired and housewife. I would like to make a conclusion for everybody, Mr. Supervisor Chavez. And many of our younger generation, they don't understand how important the rooster. Example, if I die today, the rooster died with me. During my funeral performing, that dead body of rooster and me would stay together, okay, for 3 days or whatever, 5 days or 2 days. When they bury me, that rooster buried me. And that rooster will guide. He is my spirit guide and take me to my ancestors' world so I can reborn. Other than that, my spirit will and my soul will wander in this world, cause trouble. So I want my young, small children to understand that how important it is. And today I understand very important. So please understand that. Thank you.
With them. But after hearing a lot of what you all had to say from, things we don't even think about, the amount of what the feed costs and the cost per chicken, and asking policymakers to contemplate that, to the feed store that provides the nourishment for our poultry, and more importantly, what to me was, and I thank you for that, was the religious and the spiritual sense, because as we're talking here as a community, I start to see that we're not that much different from each other. In our community, we have curanderos, we have curanderas that use older traditional styles of healing. And sometimes that's more important to our community than just taking a pill or having to take, God knows what's in some of the drugs that we have. But I say that and I appreciate everybody that came and spoke, everybody. People that were upset, people that were angry. You have a right to be angry. Because earlier when I talked about, if anybody even tried to prevent me from practicing my religion, I'm gonna fight like hell to make sure that doesn't happen. And that's what you were doing here today. All that to say that even after today and hearing that, I think I'm gonna need some chicken after this. I might come see the shaman to help me with that. But in all seriousness, I'm going to work with you, and we're going to get to a solution on that. But first thing we need to do, I'm going to head out and I'm going to start calling some of my colleagues so that we make sure we postpone this item. We definitely need a lot more time to hash through everything that we discussed here today, but more importantly, to work with you. Because whatever we come up with, I want to make sure that you support it and that you're comfortable with, so that we don't have other unintended consequences. And take this opportunity to also reach out to other communities that are not in this room, that might have some concerns and issues and maybe didn't hear about, this ordinance that are passing. So again, thank you guys for putting this together. Thank you, Meyer. Thank you, Powell, Fresno Center, for always being that hub of our community that brings us together to find solutions. And I genuinely want to say thank you and appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, let's just give Luis Chavez a applause. And Luis, who is going to let us know if it's not going to move forward on Tuesday?
I'm going to do that, and I'll do that either tonight or in the morning.
Okay, so Luis, have you marked here to Bena? Will you let me know? Okay, nhưng mà khi nó quét pháo nó chỉ mà hay đâu bỏ nó, chỉ bỏ vào mà hồ ni sợ nó, okay? And the bishop of which other Luis, policy, I bet them better than the top level mission in young they kill it, so which only should okay?